Hello, my name is Sara Abdghani. I'm from Cairo, Egypt, and I live in Cairo, Egypt. I'm 29 years old. I'm a human rights and women's rights active and worker in the field. I think I would like to also work in that field, but also be a researcher in politics. There are so many mentors and so many events that have influenced me in my life. But I have to say, if it's a person, I had a mentor during my undergraduate degree who have taught me a lot about following my dreams, following my passion, and believing in myself, and about being connected to the world and spirituality in general. I think it's our job to move away from a narrative that has been taking the world over, like this narrative of fear of the other. I think we have to be courageous enough to step away from that and learn from each other and see each other as fellow human beings. I have no idea, but I hope it's something positive for humanity. I hope it's something that will bring justice and freedom to many of the people in this world. I'm passionate about, and I do think that money is important and funds are important, but I also believe that people who have the passion and have the understanding and are willing to take the risks and take the radical steps are the most important. I think the thing that I like the most is the thing that I hate as well. It's the chaos. I think it's very, very chaotic, but also I think if you read it carefully and actually listen, there's a lot of things that you can learn about the country, about the history, about the suffering of the people, about what they love, what they hate, what they dream about in that noise, I think it's not only about Cairo, but the entire country. But of course, Cairo is a good reflection because everything is intensified in Cairo. So I think it's just the suffering, how the levels of poverty, the levels of frustration, depression, how people are just dying to get out because they cannot take it anymore. It's very sad to see and witness. I think for me, the best way to kind of approach this question is to say that if you want the story of youth, you have to understand that the story of youth is the story of a dream that is so beautiful, that exceeded all of our imagination, that's something so wonderfully close to us that we could touch it and smell it and feel it, and it was a collective dream that we dreamt together about our country, about freedom and justice. And I know that you cannot find it anywhere now, but dreams cannot be undreamt, It's in your conscious, it's in your being, and it has captivated your soul. So you carry it with you, and I think this is part of the frustration, and this is part of the suffering I was talking about, and the depression. It comes from a place of hope, And I think this is why the people, and particularly the youth, have rejected elections for the last 2 years, because they have made an active decision of rejecting that kind of politics and choosing the politics that they want to be engaged in. And I think that the dream can be retrieved if we, as I said before, step away from that narrative of fear, that we can liberate ourselves again and regain that dream for ourselves and for our country. And it's interesting because I was talking to you like yesterday, and I remember what you said about the misperceptions about people in my region in Europe. And I think that it's a politics of fear that has governed everyone, everywhere. And it's very, very evident in the global south, but it is still also in the global north, and you can see it. It's this fear of the other person. It's this fear that has been governed us, and we internalized it. So this is why I also think that this project is great, because you guys are willing to take a chance and risk and step away from that narrative of fear and tell people that no matter how we seem different, the similarities are always greater than the differences. I mean, to be completely honest, has been hard because, as I said before, you know, you've lived something so great, so beautiful, so wonderful. It's just that you cannot even describe to people because it's unbelievable. And then you witness the opposite, and you think it's just a nightmare, and you're just gonna wake up anytime someone just pinches you, and you can wake up from that nightmare. But that's not true. It's there and it's everywhere. But you learn that people also still share that dream and still have the same feelings about it, and that gives you hope that one day it will happen, that it's not dead anymore, you know. It's not dead. It's just that we need to retrieve it again from our conscious. I think it's very difficult for young girls here in Egypt and in the region, and because they live through many layers of discrimination from a very, very early age. They are defined and constrained by gender roles, and I think that the only way to move beyond that is to learn that these are social construction. This is not who you are. You can move beyond it. You can do whatever you want, and you can be who you want to be.